Yeah.
So
Are we live yet?
I think we are. I think we're live.
I'm gonna get my. Are you ready? And
Yeah,
this should be a good show.
I think it's going to be a great show.
Let's go ahead and get it started, my friend.
All right. This is the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good compadre, Mr. Ricky Poe.
Hey there, Mike.
Hi there.
I like the pop right at the end.
You like that?
It pops and the video goes away, and we're there. It's just us.
I'm glad I said compadre because I almost called you, padre, which is
Padre.
Yeah.
Domino.
My
father plays dominoes better than your father.
I feel like I'm sitting in the children's seat. What is this all about?
I don't know. I think it's camera placement. I think your camera is a little bit higher up than mine. Yeah, something's weird. Something's a little off, but I don't think it's unusual.
Hey, we have a very big show tonight.
We do have a big show.
I don't know if people saw our very unprofessional promo that we had at the theater. We tried to do one in the dark, and it just seemed really creepy.
It did seem a little creepy.
Especially since there was only 3 people in the theater, and that was you, me, and a guy way in the back, which I had no clue what he was doing. I think he was in the wrong theater.
I don't know. That was so weird.
I wouldn't let my kids sit back there. So yeah.
I told my daughter, I said, so we rented out a theater last night to watch the movie. Yeah. It only cost us $25 to rent out the whole theater.
I did something. I just put a duck on the screen. That was fun. How do I let you drive that? But anyway, yeah. So it was. We got there at what? It was like 10:40, and we walked in, and it was so surreal. There was like nobody there, and
seriously, I mean. Definitely prime opportunity. New Year's Eve is the time to go watch a movie if you don't like sitting next to anybody.
Yeah, just the only thing, dodge the drunks and you'll be fine. That's
yeah, that works.
Yeah.
If you guys are out there watching on Facebook land, let us know. Send us a comment. We want to know what you think of the show. But hey guys, big deal is we are going to give our spoiler review of the movie Rise of Skywalker, but not quite yet.
No, not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
And we'll let you know. We'll let you know.
We will use the spoiler alert sign when it's appropriate.
Exactly.
So what do we have today?
Well, I thought we might, since we have a big show, we're going to talk about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and I thought we might talk about the last episode of The Mandalorian. I thought we would get stupid news out of the way.
Oh, yeah, let's get the stupid news out of the way.
This is the Something About Something Stupid News with me, Mike Schilling. And Ricky, that was like so... No. I was like,
maybe I should start doing that one now.
Yeah, that feels weird. I mean, we were just on audio; it was okay. But me introducing myself, maybe it was just so weird. It almost seems very arrogant too. It just very arrogant. But hey, we'll do. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason Head. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to do one of my great segues. Hey, Ricky.
Oh, my gosh. So what do you got for stupid news for us today? I
mean, do you run into some pest issues?
Pest
sometimes
issues.
Pest,
pest issues. Sometimes. Issues. Yes. Bugs, I'm not a bug guy. Spiders, I just kill all the spiders everywhere. That would be fine with me.
I came across this article about a Brazilian man who he was trying to get rid of cockroaches. In Brazil, I'm assuming they have some very large cockroaches there.
I've heard they have really big cockroaches in Brazil.
Yeah.
I got some friends from Brazil. I should ask them about it.
Yeah. But to the story, this Brazilian man, he was working in his garden, and
Okay.
he was trying to, um, well, basically, he was trying to stop the cockroaches from invading his home.
Okay.
Uh,
So I
when we,
hear you have video.
yes, I do. Let's bring that video up.
Okay. So
So the man right here, he apparently he was on YouTube, getting instructions of how to kill cockroaches in your backyard.
is he
I
throwing matches?
I think so. I think he's unless they're those poppers. I don't think they
No, I
are.
think they're matches. He's
Look,
lighting a match
look at
and
the
throwing it in
dog.
a hole.
Look at the dog. The dog. Look at the guy's expression. Yes, cost. I don't know how to read the rest of it. Caesar Smith's 48 attempted to obliterate the cockroach Friday by pouring gasoline on his lawn and striking a match, which set off a massive explosion on the property in southern city of somewhere. I don't know the name of it. He said his wife complained that there was a lot of cockroaches invading the garden. He told the outlet, she said she's scared of them. She begged for him to destroy it. And what we saw was on the home security footage. This is funny. Within moments, the yard exploded, sending debris flying, and his two panicked dogs running.
Oh my gosh.
No harm to the owner or homeowner or the dog. So,
Hey, Jason Hamilton, thanks for watching.
thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. And that's it. That's gonna be,
dude.
yeah. I think that's
Is that
it,
all
man.
the stupid news we have today?
I cut it short because we have a long program.
We do have a lot going on. Why don't we move on?
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead.
This was the stupid news with your host, Mr. Mike.
That sounded really bad, but okay, we'll give it.
We'll work on that. We got to work on the
that.
stupid news thing.
Yeah,
So.
it was easier when it was just audio.
Yeah, it was easier. And thanks, Jason Head. And
That's
Jason Head
awesome.
didn't complain as much when it was audio. Thank you, Jason.
That's true. That's true.
So we're gonna move on into some film and TV.
We're gonna do a two-part. We are going to do Mandalorian last season. So for everyone, put up the sign.
Spoiler alert.
That's right. That's right. You have the warning. All right.
That's the warning. So
That's
if
the
you're
warning.
still watching and you haven't watched The Mandalorian, it's your own fault.
That's right. So I'm assuming that you have watched the last episode.
Yes, I have watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, that's the wrong show.
I think that's a different show.
A different show. That's a Lifetime.
Yes, I have watched the end of the Baby Yoda show.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah, really, I thought it was a great ending. Definitely cliffhanger kind of neighborhood. I think it'll be good. It's going to be a good second season. There were some things I wasn't super happy about, but I thought it was all good.
You said it was a cliffhanger, but they kind of wrapped a nice bow to it.
They did.
I mean, there's going to be more to it in the next season. They that's indication there, especially with the new villain and
yeah.
The new villain.
Cliffhanger is probably not the right word. You're right. They left it open for next season.
Yeah,
is what they did.
Yeah,
they left a big opening for next season. Big question marks for what next season's going to really look like.
I was hoping during the whole process because they had a really good supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really hoping that he would have built a crew. There was a crew that would have been built out of all of this, especially the robot who he couldn't stand. I forget his name.
IG-11.
Yeah, IG-11.
I really was hoping. I was like, okay, this could turn into. I don't want to say it wouldn't be Firefly,
No,
But it could turn into a a, a um a group cast kind of show.
kind of like a New Hope ensemble.
Yeah, an ensemble
Oh
cast,
yeah,
but they decided not to.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Because yeah, it would have been great.
it's
But
gonna continue being the Baby Yoda show with his sidekick Mandalorian.
oh, show that one by the way.
Uh, Baby Yoda.
No,
Oh no, this one.
the argument there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much yeah. It's
Pretty
pretty much
pretty
it.
accurate.
Mhm, pretty much.
Pretty accurate. Hey, if you're watching, let us know what you think of the Mandalorian. So, what did you think of the two speeder bike riders?
There was a lot of outrage. Um, there a lot of people really. I mean, there's some people. I would like to see a spinoff of these guys. I mean, just their own. Just guys just patrolling. Kind of like what was that one fan base one where they talked about it was almost playing Bad Boys with like cops. Have you seen that one? That
Yes,
was great.
yes.
Well, they had two. They had two actors, John Sudeikis.
Okay,
No, Jason Sudeikis,
Jason
and
Sudeikis.
and
Okay,
he used to. I mean, he's been in a couple of comedies,
yeah.
on SNL. Well, he played one of the speeder bike uh, riders,
Oh,
and he was the one who actually hit the Yoda baby. Yes, yeah. If you don't know, in the
yeah.
scene,
That's
they
kind
grab,
of
yeah, the speeder bikes, two of the guys, they grab Baby Yoda, and in the pouch, Baby Yoda's going, making a bunch of noise.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
Baby Yodas were hurt in the making of
yeah.
Mandalorian.
I mean, yeah. And so out of that, you want to talk about an outrage from fan for something that doesn't even really exist. Show me there's a Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even his Second City is his alumni. So even them, this was a joke though. I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. Yeah. So, I mean,
Way to go, Jason.
yeah, but he's been getting, I mean, he's got a lot of flack over this.
Oh, I bet.
Isn't it crazy?
That's hysterical.
Yeah. So anyway, it's one of those things where I think people really has gotten wrapped up in that character, in that, I mean, Baby Yoda. They don't even
Yeah.
know the baby's name. And yeah, exactly right. It's the Baby Yoda show, my friend.
It is the Baby Yoda
Now the
show.
guy,
And for all those fanboys out there who are
Yeah.
going to say he's not called Baby Yoda, it's okay.
it's
We're going
okay.
to continue to call him Baby Yoda.
What do you want to call him? We don't know the species.
We're going to call
You
him
know.
Baby Yoda just for the fun of calling him Baby Yoda.
Mhm.
You got your Star Wars mug. There.
Mhm.
I got my I am your father shirt.
I see. I've got my there you go.
Your Empire.
That's right.
Nice.
Yes, that's the best. Yeah, sounds like something I would do. Thank you. Yes, right. Yeah. So anyway, the introduction of this new villain.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now I can't. I don't know if you want to Google the guy's name. I can't. But he played in Breaking Bad, and he played the main villain. His name was Gus, and he had like a cover of all these, like, I guess these. He was running a cartel,
Right.
meth, and so
Yeah. So Moff Gideon is the
Gideon.
the character in the new show.
Tell me what's the deal at the very end. He's in his TIE fighter, and it crashes.
Yep.
And he survives. But the
Right.
way he gets out of the TIE fighter, he uses this new. I mean, it almost looked like a lightsaber.
Okay, so the deal there, it's kind of super complicated. Like, I knew there was some lore when the second I saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
"There's something I've read about." So I had to go read a little bit more about it to clarify. But it's called the Dark Saber,
Yeah.
and it's actually part of the Mandalorian lore. And the deal is that the person who wielded the dark saber was supposed to be in charge of this certain clan of the Mandalorians. So the idea is whoever he took this saber from would have been the leader of the Mandalorians. But if you really get into it, there's like this weird backstory where at some point it kind of became nobody's sword for a while.
Yeah.
So there's big question marks as to when this happens and why he has the dark saber. But it actually is really tied into the whole Mandalorian history. So dark saber, you should look it up if you don't know about it.
I need to put a link out there. I found a link on YouTube that was, I guess it was, I don't know if it's fan-based, fan-written, but it was very good. And I mean, it goes back to the very beginning, talking about the Mandalorian actually being a certain race.
Right.
Certain race. And as time went on, they started incorporating any species, and usually there would be children they call the foundlings.
Right.
And so, again, that would be the Mandalorian, what we like to call Mando. And on the last episode, they show his face, which I don't think is a big deal because we all knew the actor.
Either. Oh, yeah.
If anybody complained,
we all knew it was.
Like, please. It's Pascal. I don't know his full name, but
I can't recall.
Pascal in his name. I don't know. But
yeah,
I played in some other stuff, and I honestly I can't remember. Oh, he played in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was in Game of Thrones. So
yeah, I think I think the show in the face thing was it's super appropriate. It made super sense in the story, and the bit that no human has ever seen my face. Well, I'm not a human.
Yeah.
It was kind of I think we all knew that was about to happen.
Yeah.
We all kind of knew that was going to happen.
Well, he changed his attitude towards the droids during that time, with this particular one, saving his life and protecting the young child.
Right. So, and, we talked about big spoilers. So, big spoiler, Baby Yoda lives.
Yeah.
Other big spoiler, IG-11 dies. Super sad.
Super sad. Oh, Pedro Pascal. Thank you, Jason.
Pedro Pascal. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Jason. But the just the idea that they're going to kill off this this pretty cool character they've built up. Now, one thing about just general storytelling, it's kind of cool that they're willing to kill somebody off.
It is.
The other half is I really wanted to see more of it.
I do too.
I wanted a Mandalorian to suddenly have more pals.
Yeah.
It was having the they kind of built this team and they all escaped together, and then it's like, yeah, bye. See you later. I'm done with you.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we have to have Carl Withers, and everything. I mean, Apollo himself,
Yeah.
The Creed.
The
Creed is the way.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed. Yeah.
I think, but I thought it was great. I really enjoyed the whole season.
Funny how many people are canceling the subscription since Disney. Since it's no longer on, and I'm sure they're going to go, and when it comes back on again, they're going to.
I want to know how much of that is a meme and how much of that is real. Now, I mean, you and I are old.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Now,
that's true.
Now, I admit, I got younger since our last podcast.
I see that
because I cut my hair and shaved my goatee.
Went to the spa and got a wax.
Yeah, my fat chubby face, I look like I'm 15 years younger than I did last week. But I looked way older last week than I really am. So maybe I'm breaking even somewhere.
I look like I'm trying to, get the
But
role in the next Jedi from Mark Hamill. So
there you
got
go.
that going on.
Hey, you got that going for you.
Yeah.
But I think for the Star Wars fanboys that they're young and single and still a Star Wars fanboy.
Yeah.
Canceling. Okay, I get it.
No.
For a guy like you and me, I got 2 girls who love Disney princess movies.
Yeah.
And love all the Disney animated movies. We ain't canceling.
No.
The Mandalorian was the reason I wanted to get Disney Plus.
Yeah, that was my main reason. That's why I got it.
But it's not the reason my family wanted to get Disney Plus.
But they're working. I mean, they're working on the Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they're working on the Obi-Wan.
I think
working on the Marvel shows. I'm really looking forward to the Marvel shows.
I saw that trailer with the Black Widow last night.
Oh yes, for the new Black Widow movie.
Oh, that looks
super
good.
Excited.
Marvel
really
James
good.
Bond. Yeah, it's like a Marvel James Bond.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Marvel spy thriller. It's definitely going to be in the same vein as was it Winter Soldier? The Winter Soldier, Captain America.
Yeah, it looks really good.
But we're not talking about Marvel tonight.
No. Sorry about that.
We're talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars. Sorry about
anything else about other thing that really the Mandalorian, I super disappointed when the Ugnaught died.
Yeah.
That was sad. I didn't like that. I didn't care that he didn't get that I get that they needed, Baby Yoda to get captured again and that whole thing. But if they could have just let the Ugnaught live. He just wanted to go back home.
Or just capture him and make him part of the rescue or something like that.
Yes.
I mean, don't get all Game of Thrones on us that we don't know who's going to die next. I mean, I can't stand that. Give me somebody to root for. The next thing I know, he's gone. So,
I know. He could have totally been a bit part that came back again and again. But
they had a great cast. Like I said, they had a great cast for a crew. So
I'm going to blame Favalero for every death.
Favalero.
Thanks, Favalero.
Yeah. Thanks, Favalero.
So, so should we move on to the big?
The
Rise of Skywalker.
Bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I know. I do too. That's right.
So, spoiler alert.
Oh, man. I think that's good enough.
That was probably more than enough.
Okay.
So, hey, if you guys are out there and you watched Rise of Skywalker, we definitely want to hear what you thought.
Please, yeah.
Type some comments and we'll take them on air.
We had an opportunity, like I said, to celebrate the new year watching The Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
And we have some SAS exclusive footage of the film, and we're in a hurry to put it up. So let's go ahead and show you The Rise of Skywalker.
Hardware Wars.
Mike,
a spectacle like years ahead of its time.
I don't think this is.
I think I put the wrong one in.
I don't think this is the right movie, Mike.
Augie Ben Doggy.
Augie Ben Doggy.
Princess Android. Stellar damsel in
That's
distress.
not. I don't know.
Salad. Ace
I think we're done.
He's tasty. He's tasty.
Yeah.
Tasty there.
Darth Nader.
Okay. I think we're good.
See incredible celestial.
I don't think that was the right footage, Mike.
Yeah, Jason asking if these are the spoilers, and no. No, I don't.
I mean, that may have spoiled something.
Yeah.
That ham salad was pretty spoiled.
Yeah. That was.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. I really slipped up on that. But
yeah, I don't think that was the right video. But we did go see the movie last night. We rented out an entire theater.
That's right. That's right.
We paid for our 2 tickets and we walked into an empty theater and watched the movie.
It was like 10:40 at night.
It
So
was
New Year's
10:40
Eve.
at night.
What I didn't tell you, or I've told you earlier, I had to turn back around to take my wife and my kid to see it again, 10:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what? I had a whole new light on it afterwards, and I'm glad I saw it the second time because I picked up on so many new things.
So, is your opinion higher or lower
Higher,
after seeing it twice?
higher.
Okay, so question is, did you like the movie?
Oh no, my wife just got me. Had to. No, I wanted to. I wanted to. I didn't had to.
Hi,
But
Tiffany. That's the podcast wife out there.
But that's it gives a better story. I had to. Yeah. Anyway, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
Jason, you're right. I'm sure she twisted his arm.
I think I need some wisdom right now.
But another time, back to my meditation will I go.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Okay.
What? What?
May the force be with you. Meditating I have been. At one with the force am I.
Oh my gosh.
My meditation you have interrupted.
Where did you get that?
I bought that for my son like 6 years ago, and he was going to put it in the donate bin. I said, "No, you're not. That's coming in my office."
I was gonna say that is brilliant. That needs to be irregular on the show from now on.
Yes. Anytime
we talk about Star Wars, that needs to come out.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
But,
so we're going to talk about the rise. We really are going to talk about the rise of Skywalker.
Yes,
Mike, you liked the movie.
You know what? With all the Twitterverse and the up and down, and being old school, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back kind of guy.
Yep.
And I was kind of up and down. I know I'm getting there, but up and down on the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And of course, The Last Jedi. I thought this was a tribute to the end of the series.
Yeah.
More I thought about it, and especially the second time I saw it. I mean, canon or no canon, and I think they ended it, and it was a great nod to the whole universe, from the original cast to the new cast. I was concerned that they weren't able to create this bond.
Yeah.
But I really felt the bond. And I love, Lando Calrissian. My goodness. You are a nerd. There's a scene. There's a scene where they are waiting. They have a small squadron trying to take out, these gigantic star killers. Star destroyers. Planet killers. So they're flying around and they're hoping that they'll get this big reinforcement that they haven't been promised to even get. And Lando is out there trying to rally all the people who's been fearful to come against the Empire or the New Order.
Yeah.
And so here comes, yes, that's right. Anyway, that's enough. But you're a nerd, old school nerd. When you see the Millennium Falcon come, of course, they have this swooping in. You have all this armada behind him. And there's a short scene where this guy, he's in the gunner and says, "Let's get him, Lando." Yeah, that was Biggs.
Yeah.
Was it Biggs?
Or Wedge? It's Wedge.
Wedge, Achilles. Yeah, Wedge. And you're going, what's Wedge?
Yeah.
Wedge was one of the original pilots that took down the Death Star with Luke Skywalker. He was on the second one. No, he was on the third one when they were taking down the Death Star again, the second one. And I about went in tears. I'm thinking this guy is like the almost like a background.
Oh, hey, Mike, where are you?
Oh, I'm here.
Ooh, You stopped for a second.
Did I really?
Yeah, that was really weird.
That was
It was
forced.
It was like I used the force against you,
You
so you
did.
didn't spoil anything. You said Wedge was,
Oh, that's not
and
good.
then you just stopped.
Oh,
So
you
what were
scared
you
me. I
saying?
thought you stopped for a minute. Oh,
No,
that's good.
I didn't
No, you
stop.
didn't.
No.
No,
Well,
but
I don't know. They may
I
have
don't
seen
know.
me stop too. Hey
Yeah.
guys, if you're still watching out there, we didn't stop. We're still here.
We're still here.
Okay, so go ahead.
So Wedge Achilles, I think is the last name, and I remember him from was playing I was playing a fine for it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, it was really, I mean, why do I get so excited about seeing this guy who was probably just, he was just very low, kind of one of those here and there characters that really had no backstory. But actually, if you read some of the books, he was focused on some like Rogue Squadron, some of these books like that.
Yeah.
And after Luke Skywalker went to train as a Jedi, he actually was the leader of Rogue Squadron. So anyways, so I nerded out.
Yeah.
And then probably everybody in the theater had no clue who was this guy with white hair, in the gunner seat who says, "Let's get him, Lando."
Yeah.
Anyway,
there were some great moments. I really loved the movie. I am not going to be a hater on the film.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. For those who keep bashing Disney for what they've done to Star Wars, my first thought is get over it and enjoy the movie for what it is.
Yeah.
It's a fun little romp. It is a nice escape. And they tied some nice bows. There are some things that I think I'm not super happy with, but I don't think they were bad. It was just, I wish they would have given us a little bit more.
Yeah.
And am I talking to, okay, I have girls. I only have girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to talk girl things.
Mm-hmm.
So talking to my girls about Star Wars, the thing that I wish we would have seen, I wish we would have seen more payoff for some of the love stories.
Yeah, you really didn't see anything until the very end, and even then, again, here we go. Spoiler alert on this deal. The ending. So if you do not want to hear the ending of it,
just turn it off now if you don't want to hear the end of the movie.
Was the relationship between Rilo and Rey.
Kylo Ren and Rey.
And this was the kiss. At the very end, Rey, she was knocked out. Oh, by the way, the Emperor's back.
Yeah.
There's so much to this. There's so much to this.
So much.
But the deal
There's no way
we
could go into all of it.
But the deal is that apparently, I mean, after watching this, I realized that this has been kind of a love story the whole time.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I felt. And then, basically, Kylo. That's
Rilo.
I'm not gonna Rilo. That's a whole new Star Wars.
That's his southern brother.
That's like Junkyard Wars.
Yeah.
But no, and so I mean, there's so much happened in this movie.
Oh no. Well, see, my deal is there were all these different. I feel like over the three movies, the biggest issue is they didn't have one vision over the whole. It was kind of, we have a vision for this movie.
Yeah.
And then somebody else had a vision for the second movie, and somebody else had a vision for the third movie. All the movies are good. As a story arc, I think they have some issues. But I don't think it's bad.
No.
I just think it had some issues. It's like, I mean, they, in the middle of this movie, multiple times, they kind of play up this tiny little love triangle of Finn and Poe having feelings for Rey, Maybe.
Well, not only that, and then all suddenly, I guess this love interest of Poe apparently shows up in the middle of nowhere. That went nowhere.
Yeah.
And so
And then Rose
Rose,
has feelings for Finn,
yeah,
but we don't get a payoff there.
no.
And then Rey, who's had this weird antagonistic, love-hate relationship thing with Kylo, we get a really quick payoff. But spoiler alert, Kylo Ren dies right afterwards. So we don't even get a good resolution with that. It's just, there was like all these opportunities for a good love story, and they just kind of didn't go anywhere.
I think one of the best kept secrets, spoiler alert, was the return of Han Solo.
Yes.
That was the best. And it was very brief.
Yep.
And it was a place where I don't know, was it, Kylo's my name is Rilo. I use the Force. Man, Rilo. I don't know what shows I've been watching. So I went back to Kylo. There you go. And this is when Kylo became Ben again. And I don't know whether it was the Force. I don't know what his memory, but Han Solo showed up, and he told. I mean, the first time I the characters was affectionate with one another as a father and son, and
it's one of the best payoffs in the whole movie.
I loved it. I mean, it was it was a tearjerker. I thought it was very emotional.
Yep.
Again, in the process of making this all happen, but prior to that, Kylo and Rey was in this massive fight, and the result of it was Princess Leia, General Leia, giving her life somehow, kind of the same way that Luke Skywalker did in the Last Jedi.
Yeah,
where she somehow, in the Force, somehow contacted her son from another planet.
Yeah,
and somehow in the Force started to change his heart.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of healing. I've never seen it was so much Jedi healing going on.
A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people have a big problem with that. But I think it's funny. I didn't hear anybody complain about it happening in The Mandalorian.
No, because Baby Yoda rocks.
Because Baby Yoda is awesome.
Baby Yoda is awesome. Baby Yoda can't do anything wrong. Seriously.
Oh, I know. Baby Yoda it rocks. Now this is something that I think it's fine for the movie.
Yeah.
So once again, I really did enjoy the movie. I just think it's a little weird, and it's partly because of how these movies all evolved.
Yeah.
Okay. You started out in the middle, and we jumped to the beginning, and now we're way ahead to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But as the movies have aged, all of the Force users have gradually gotten much more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
Exponentially more powerful in every single movie. Not just but it's weird if you watch them from number 1 through number 9. It's weird. It's like, oh, hey, they're pretty strong. Oh, wow, they're getting a little stronger. They're getting a little stronger. Hey, what happened to all the Jedi?
Exactly.
They're like wimps for like 3 movies.
I know.
And then it's like, wait, where did these people come from? They're like Supermen, So there's some weirdness there, but I thought it was good. Lots of payoffs, lots of fan service. It definitely was the scavenger hunt of Skywalker in this movie, but we got to see, new worlds, new places. You got to learn a bit more backstory on Poe. that we did not have before. It
Plot
made
deep,
Poe
yeah.
a lot more interesting character,
It
honestly.
did. Yeah, it gave him more of a human feature. I mean,
Yeah.
more of a humanity to him.
Yep. I feel like we didn't do that with Finn.
No.
We've never really gotten a lot better backstory of Finn. But part of that, I think, is you'd have to kind of force that in because he was forced as a child to become a Imperial worker.
Yeah.
And he worked for he mopped the floors,
Yeah.
of Star Destroyers. So how are you going to give him a backstory more than you already have?
One thing that was kind of frustrating in that, remember the scene, it's all spoilers, so I'm going to stop saying that. But in the scene where it's almost like quicksand, and you have Rey, you have Finn, and of course you have three C3PO, and they're all just in Poe, and they're just sinking to the bottom, and almost before they come underneath this quicksand, Finn says, "I forgot to tell you something." It was almost like you thought he was going to
confess his love.
Confess his love.
Yes.
And then after that, she asked what we're going to say. And she said, "I'll talk to you afterwards." And Poe is going, "Okay, when I'm not around."
Yeah,
and it happened again the second time. It happened again a second time when they're about to die. And Poe asked him the question again. And the only response that Finn had was, "Well, what about your past?" Which was kind of a salty pass.
Yeah. See, that's
that
where
was
I
weird.
go. That's where I go with it. Was like they were trying to build this little love triangle, like they both had a thing for Rey,
but you couldn't.
But then they didn't pay it off at all.
I mean, there wasn't even it wasn't even anything that was strong enough to insinuate it. I mean, you really had to look. You really had to go, okay, I think there's something going on. But there's so much going on around it. It's almost like it's okay. It's just a generic backstory.
Yeah. It was like somebody said, "Oh, hey, we should have them have feelings for each other."
Yeah.
It is one of those things. This is one of those things where do I think it was do I think it's a bad thing in the movie? No, I don't think it was bad. But if it wasn't there, I don't know that it would have affected the movie.
No, they could have left it out and it wouldn't have done anything. My deal
I'm
is
more disappointed that they didn't pay it off at some point with somebody.
Yeah, if you're not going to dive into it just underneath the surface, then just leave it alone. Don't mess with it, because you're just wasting time and writing that you could put into something else.
Okay, so quick thing. Humor. I thought the humor in this movie was better than the humor in the last movie.
Oh, yes, because it fit.
Yes.
They went out of their way on the first and the second one to some kind of fodder, some kind of
weird jokes.
Trying to make it. I mean, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
No, I thought a lot of the humor in, especially the second movie, I thought a lot of the humor was just kind of like, they kind of threw it in there. Yeah. Oh, hey, we need a joke real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just make this random person say this random joke.
Yeah.
This movie, I thought it made a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
C3PO became the comic relief again.
Yeah.
Because he loses his brain.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny and it makes sense in context.
Yeah.
It's not somebody just making a random weird joke.
I would say that this movie, and I don't know, maybe because how long I've been watching Star Wars movies and shows, I really do think that out of all the Star Wars movies, maybe this is probably the one that had a deeper emotional impact on me. The reason I say that, there was just so many. I mean, you saw the love that Rey had for Leia as a mother. At the very end, spoiler alert, because Rey has no family name.
Right.
There was a part where, and this is a circle. It comes all the way back to the very beginning of New Hope, where Rey is out there at the hut, the little farm, where Luke Skywalker grew up, and where it all begun, where the two sons are at. and she has, BB-8, and there was a lady that came up behind her who asked her what her last name was, and too late, and
Well, this whole thing has been a spoiler alert,
yeah,
Jason.
I mean, it's just it's yeah.
If
probably
you're
all
just
right.
joining us, this is a spoiler.
Yes, I'm not going to put anything up on the screen, but there's a vision, the spirit, the force, where you see Leia and Luke
Yeah.
looking at her. It was almost like, no, you have a family name. And she looked at the lady who was just passing in the desert saying, I'm Rey Skywalker. And I thought, man, that
it was a really good ending.
From Solo, from Han and Ben to that very ending.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it was my time of the month, but they're very emotional to me. Is my wife?
I think it could be different for different ages.
Yeah.
I think if you're young and episode 1 was your first experience, you might have a different experience than we did. If you didn't already have an emotional attachment to all the original characters.
I think that's right.
We see Han Solo again, so we're reminded he's already dead.
Yeah.
We lose Leia, and we see Chewbacca mourning her, in his ridiculously over-the-top mourning way. We see all the other characters mourn her as well. We see Chewbacca receive Han Solo's medal from A New Hope. There's all these fanboy payoffs from way back. So I think that's part of that emotional attachment. We've been with this for 42 years.
Speaking of the princess, I mean, how amazing Carrie Fisher, who passed away before this movie.
Yeah.
How they
did a great job.
I mean, it was, if you didn't know that Carrie Fisher passed away, I don't know if I really would notice, because a lot of times when they do that, you always see the back of someone's head and they have the person in front, but a couple of times they had side by side. And I know that's all, digital trickery, but man, they did a good job. And
I thought they did a great job. It was the only thing that was a little weird was the young Leia.
Yeah,
but you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And you knew that was going to look weird. But old Leia. Now my understanding is a lot of those shots and a lot of those lines of dialogue were things that were shot for a different movie that were cut and never used.
Really?
But what they had to do was make everything else fit around those lines and those shots. And I thought they did a beautiful job of making it happen. Whoever the compositors were, they're brilliant. They did a great job.
Yeah, they were talking about, I think, her Rose, who was played by Kelly Tran. And she mentioned in, I don't know, it was Cineblend or Screen Rant, but she was talking about how difficult it was for her to do scenes that was when she had to talk to Princess Leia, because it was just, you're probably talking to somebody who's pretending like to be her, just to kind of give her some type of
some eye direction. Yeah.
And speaking of Rose, I think a lot of people were angry that she didn't have a bigger part, because it was funny because the Twitterverse prior, because the box office, it was bad. I mean, when I say it's bad compared to the other ones, they made money.
Yeah, they're gonna make money. They're gonna make a lot of money, but they're just not gonna make quite as much as the last movie.
But they were in the Twitterverse. There was all kinds of up and down. John Boyega, some comments he made, and Mark Hamill made, and then people were Kelly Tran, who you know, in one scene, she had an opportunity to go on the Millennium Falcon and be part of that adventure.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, no, we're going to keep her behind, you know. And she said, yeah, I have to stay behind. I have to stay behind and look at the schematics.
It was a little lame.
It's like, you know, Princess Leia, and it was almost like, I got to stay behind and make cookies for you guys when you get back. It's pretty much what it is.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like,
It's those little things that bothered me.
It was like, that's an opportunity for the Rose and Finn love story.
I thought that
could have happened.
That could have happened.
It could have happened right there. She still could have stayed behind, but we could have had a payoff right there.
Yeah,
if she had said, "Hey, Finn, I love you," or whatever. I don't even know.
In case he didn't come back, and then I don't know what their big deal with not allowing some type of love story or payoff. It was really strange to me. It was almost they were wanting something to happen, and it was like, no, we're not going to do it. It's almost like they ran out of ink or something. It was really strange to me.
Yeah,
I wanted something.
It was like they had they had created such a strange web of love connections that they were afraid to pay any of them off.
It's like a really bad game show. I mean, you know,
it's the Love Connections Star Wars edition. And nobody gets a date at the end.
I mean, this is the deal. This is how I saw it. Okay, Finn and Rose pair up. I mean, it'd be ridiculous if everybody paired up, but Finn and Rose, and then Poe and his past. I can't remember her name.
Poe and his past. Yes, that would have been a great payoff. Even if Rey and Kylo still ended the way they ended.
Yeah,
that setup would have been kind of cool.
Almost kind of had a feel of a Romeo and Juliet kind of deal, but you know, only one died kind of deal. But but
I saw a really weird. It's a Marvel. So the guy in charge of Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
he told this weird, or no, it was Abrams was trying to compare Rey and Kylo's kiss to Luke and Leia's kiss. It was weird comedy.
Wow,
it didn't even work.
That sounds like something from Arkansas. That's not right.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh man,
Hell no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it didn't. His explanation really didn't pay off either.
No.
So I'm like, no, that's not really. No, this was a love-hate relationship from day one. We all kind of wanted to see them to get together because Rey kind of liked bad boys.
Okay, my next question.
Okay.
Were you expecting the whole Palpatine connection?
Well, I read spoilers, so I knew about it.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't expecting it. Previous movie, they were definitely kind of pushing the agenda of, okay, Rey is nobody, but that doesn't matter. Everybody is special.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. I was totally okay with that. And I'm totally okay with the Palpatine connection.
Yeah, I am too.
I don't think just because she's a Palpatine, I don't think that diminishes the idea that everybody could be special or that anybody can be a Force user, because Anakin is born of nobody, according to the lore.
Yeah.
You know, there are all these other Force users, you know, Jedi people. Where did they come from?
Yeah, exactly.
The whole idea of the Jedi Order was to find children early in their lives that were Force users. And then, by the way, when you're a Jedi, you're not supposed to get married to have kids.
Yeah.
So the bloodline doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, but it's okay if it does. I don't think it's mutually exclusive ideas. But a lot of people feel like as soon as they made her somebody, you know, somebody's bloodline, that they erased the meaning of the last movie. And I don't think they did. I think that's short-sighted based on all the other lore that we already know of.
I think one of my favorite face-offs was close to the end we have the Emperor who has all the Sith, all the spirits of the Sith within
Yeah.
him. And then Rey comes to the conclusion, because of all the forces and the voices in the Force, that she realized all the Jedis, all of them is within her.
Yeah.
And after that, there's this great battle.
Oh yeah, it's a good battle.
It's a good battle.
It is a good battle, and Rey is slightly in the vein of every superhero movie, and everywhere Rey is everybody is a little overpowered in this movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But only when we want them to be overpowered. And other times they're kind of wimpy.
It makes me want to go to my computer and play a Jedi game. After I saw that, I said, I want to play that new, Fallen Jedi. And then I want to go back to the old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic. That was the, RPG video game. I mean, it's
okay,
like,
so if we want to be nitpicky on, what's weird. Okay. So there's people that try to make, they try to say, all this stuff is, you're trying to change everything for the last movie, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking, hey, Rey can levitate. Why did she have to climb through why did she have to take a skimmer across the water and climb up through the Death Star? She can levitate.
Well, my deal too is the whole thing where, Kylo, he can just show up out of nowhere and start getting in a real fight with her. I mean, he can take objects away from her.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not gonna, I don't remember Han I don't remember Luke or Obi-Wan, who were powerful Jedis, or even Yoda, able to, appear somewhere, take somebody's pizza and drink, and then disappear. I mean,
dude, I would do that all the time. I would so do that all the time. I would just show up. You gonna eat that pizza? Oh no, I'll take it.
Sure, at the mall food court. Are you gonna eat that?
Oh
you
man,
might eat that. You will give it to me. Oh, the one she did remember Rey did the mind trick.
That was brilliant.
We're glad you're here.
It was so funny. It was so funny. She does it 3 times. It's like, we don't have a problem with him being here. Hey, it's good that you're here. We are so glad that you're here.
Yeah, it was like enthusiastic. It wasn't like, we're glad that you're here. No, it was like, we're glad that you're here.
It was so funny. It was like she does it, and it was almost like, hey, that worked.
And
I wonder if it'll work again.
It does
not work one more time.
And it does not pay being a rebel mole within the Empire.
Oh my gosh, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that was going to happen, or I suspect. I feel like I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That the minute he tried to explain how they got away, that it was like, he's a dead. I knew he was dead. The minute he let them go, I knew he was dead. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure that the other guy was going to say, I found our traitor. But I'm okay with him saying that, but I knew he was dead either way.
Oh yeah. Really,
I do think it's brilliant, dude. I do think this was something in the writing that I thought was really good, but I don't think they played it up enough. Was the bit where he said, so there's a rebel spy. No, there's not a rebel spy.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Imperial traitor.
Exactly.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't care if the rebels win.
No.
He just wanted Kylo to lose, because Kylo has been riding his rear end since day one.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren has been a pain in his rear, and all he wants is for Kylo to take a dive.
Yeah.
Because he knows Kylo,
man, yeah,
he knows Kylo is threatening his power.
Yeah.
I was like, that's brilliant writing. That was right there, made me go, okay, somebody was thinking through that. because they could have made him, a true rebel spy. They could have made him, the guy that made the stupid vent thing on the Death Star blow it. They could have made him a real spy, but they didn't. They just made him somebody who hates Kylo Ren so much that he would even turn over information to the rebels. I thought this is brilliant.
Isn't it
Great
funny?
job.
After you find out he is the mole, like the second time I watched it, leading up to that, I could see little areas where he would try to, circumvent the decisions, of Kylo, in the main general.
Yep.
You picked up on that. And so I thought that was interesting watching again. And then I started picking up on, oh yeah, he's kind of trying to undermine them, trying to say, maybe we should blow up that planet, instead of, going down there and going after them, or I don't know. The whole thing, I think that aspect was really good.
Yeah, I do too.
And I like how they played him. He wasn't a hero. He was using it for his own purpose.
His own evil purposes.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great writing right there.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Man, we've been talking. It's like over an hour.
Yeah, we've been going an hour. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're still if you're still with us, let us know what you thought of the Last Jedi. Oh my gosh, wrong movie. The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I have to put the poster up so I can read the title.
There you go.
Rise of Skywalker.
Again, at first I was skeptical after all the Twitterverse, and I came away from it going, I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. Were there some cringeworthy spots? Absolutely.
Yeah.
At the very end, Lando Calrissian was a little on the creepy side in that one scene.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh my gosh, that
45 all the time.
Yeah, he was a little too much Colt 45. Grandpa, you a little creepy.
I wanted to say something, but it's too political, so I won't say it. I think I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. There is a spot that
got a little something going on there.
So there was one love affair that got to pay off. They got to pay off.
Yeah.
We didn't know they had a love affair, but they got to pay off.
Yeah,
everybody who we knew about having a love affair didn't get a payoff, and I'm going to leave it at that.
That's all.
Like really?
Yeah, really?
Like whatever. Oh my gosh!
Basically extras. That's it.
Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We spoil it all. I'm so sorry, Jason. We do spoil it all.
We do.
Even when we aren't doing spoilers, this whole show,
the whole show is a spoiler.
It is kind of a spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean,
like spoiled milk.
Exactly.
It's good at first. The longer it sits there, it builds up. Stinks.
We're just old and moldy is what it is. Oh my gosh. Well,
that comes out of that is penicillin.
Yeah. Well, 42 years of Star Wars are now complete. And now rumor has it the Old Republic might be the next trilogy.
You think they're going to go? You think they're going to movie, or are they going to go? Because there's been talk about them not going that medium and doing shows.
I don't know. Could go movie Disney Plus exclusive.
Yeah.
That's what they did with
it'd be a smart move.
Yeah. What was the new they remake all the Disney cartoons. No. That one's going to be a real movie. It was Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp. I heard about him making it. It was going to be a movie. And then all of a sudden it was Disney Plus exclusive. It was released when Disney Plus came out. And it never came to the theaters.
Okay.
Hey, BJ Pratt. Yeah, I'm going to miss Star Wars too. But you know what? I'm going to keep watching it. I could just keep watching it over and over again.
That's right.
And so can you. And
that's right.
We will continue to enjoy it.
Yeah. And I've started reading the books. So,
Dude, if anybody's reading
Timothy's
the
on.
books, Timothy
Timothy's
Zahn
on.
books are where to start. They're
Mhm.
amazing. The Thrawn trilogy is really good. Well, hey man, we probably should wrap this up.
I think we should. This has been a long, but it's been fun.
This was a fun.
and
This was a fun episode. I really enjoyed it.
And I hope we emphasize, because at first we talked about last night not doing a spoiler, but we couldn't. I mean, it's like,
No, I don't think we
you-
can talk about this movie without spoiling.
so that's why we were very emphatic about
Yeah.
spoiler alerts.
What's
and,
the movie's been out for 2 weeks? 2 weeks
yeah,
now.
it's been longer. than
Second
that.
weekend,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we need to wrap it up.
Let's do that.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, my friend.
All right, let's do it. This has been the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend, Mr. Ricky Pope. Happy New Year, and thank you for watching. Well, I think
Gonna
we
end?
did. I don't know. Anybody watching, or have they been watching?